Hello, everyone. This is Alfredo, and today I actually have the pleasure of sitting down with not only my friend, one of my best friends, but also the regional director for NAHREP. How you doing today, Alex Garza? The one and only, the Alex Garza.
Alfredo, I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me on here, by the way. I absolutely love coming to talk to you.
I love talking to you, too, so that's why you're here. So, but first of all, I mean, I want to talk about just a little bit, let's emphasize on this, like taking the role. Mm-hmm. How important was for you to take on this role as the director of regional operations for NAHREP?
Well, that's a great question. Look, I've been part of NAHREP for about 24 years, almost 25 years now. So I really believe in the mission. So when Gary reached out to me and kind of highlighted and told me about this opportunity, I jumped on it right away. I really think that NAHREP is probably the greatest vehicle that we have as Latinos to really effectuate change in the Latino community. And so for me, it's a true honor. I get to serve and represent and, just be a service to people like yourself.
And other represent
other chapter members, across the nation. So it's a tremendous honor.
That's good. And it's good to have you there, bro. I mean, especially because, you're local. So we're like, we got the powerhouse here. But it's nice to have you there. But tell us a little bit about January 30th. What's going on?
January 30th. Let me back up a little bit. And let me just say that it is, this particular role that you're talking about, it is a learning curve. It's an experience because NAHREP does so much at the national, regional, and local level. I kind of happen to oversee the regional part of it, across the United States. But there's a lot going on every day, as you well know.
I can tell you, just based on the last couple of years and how more engaged this regional thing is now. I mean, just to seeing what's been happening in the last, let's say, going into the year 2025, and what has happened in the last 2 weeks only, and maybe go back, a couple of weeks in December and then the 2-3 weeks in January, but how much engagement has been going on with the regional events, marketing going out for the Midwest, going out for DC, everybody's on it already. And I think it's very impactful, obviously, to have people come from all over the states, not just the Northwest region, but from all over the states. People that I've talked to across the country, Florida, Texas, everywhere, they're still coming to this event in Las Vegas. So, but talk to me a little bit about it.
Thank you very much. We're trying to make the regional events a lot more impactful. At the end of the day, it's got to add value to our members. And I think we're doing a good job, but there's a lot of work still to do there. But let me tell you what we're here for, all right? Okay. And I know this is why you invited me. This is the exciting part of what we're doing here today. January 30th at the Wynn Hotel, we have the Northwest Regional Connect.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of it?
Yes, of course I've heard of it.
You don't want to miss this event, my friend.
And if you follow me on social media, I'm sure, and you better know you heard of it.
we have such a great lineup of speakers, I'm telling you. Can I highlight a couple of things that we're going to be talking about?
Go ahead.
In order to come up with a program for these things, we survey members across the United States, and we ask questions about what's relevant, what's happening on the ground, what content do you want to hear. So we've created a program based around those answers. Let me tell you a couple of the things that we're going to be talking about. I'm going to save the best for last. That's my favorite, all right?
Am I on? No, I'm not on.
Well, they're all the best. They're all the best. I shouldn't say that. They're all the best. But, we get a lot of questions, we get a lot of responses to say AI is making an impact on the industry.
Yes.
Would you agree, right?
I definitely agree. I think AI is an important tool that we can use to our advantage.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So our members need to be well-versed on it. They need to be educated on it. So what we've done is we created this powerful panel that talks about AI in real estate, how you can leverage it for your listings, how you can leverage it for market trends, for marketing. It's going to be probably one of the best panels that we do at this particular event. You're not going to want to miss it.
Would you say, in regards to that panel, would you say that if I'm a real estate agent or a mortgage industry and I want to increase my business, would you say that using AI tools will be really important for you to grow your business with maybe... It's kind of having like an assistant, right? Like give you advice, like brainstorming itself. I mean, I think AI is very important, but the tools that we need to use to increase our business or to work efficiently, I would say, I think it's something of the key points that we really need to hear about this, right?
Look, I think that we're in this, and you have to agree to this, is that we're part of this industry, and what we most seek is productivity and profitability.
Correct.
Right? So every program, every panel that we've created leads to productivity and profitability.
Okay.
So if you go with an open mind, if you go willing to learn, willing to expand your business a little bit and your mindset a little bit, yes, this is going to lead to transactions. It's going to lead to revenue. It's going to lead to just a better quality of life because you'll do a lot more business and transactions.
And just to emphasize on that, obviously, so if you're doing 10, 20 transactions, a year or something, and then you're trying to take it to the next level, 30, 40 transactions, right? How can these tools help me work more efficiently to be able to achieve those goals?
Let me put it this way: it's going to be Chat GPT on steroids.
Okay,
I can't give you all the secrets.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Go.
Of course not. Okay, so it'll be on steroids. All right, let's do that.
Yeah, we've got some great panelists that are going to be there. You're not going to want to miss that.
Yeah.
Let me highlight a couple. Another thing that we hear about all the time, Alfredo, is the need to strengthen the mindset.
Okay.
Strengthen the mindset.
Very important.
So we have a couple of powerful speakers that are going to be talking about a 5-year plan, an outlook of what to expect in the market over the next 5 years. And then someone's going to help you detail a plan to be able to conquer and succeed over those next 5 years. They're going to strengthen your mindset so you leave that place as a top producer. You're going to walk in as a top producer, but a topper producer, if that makes sense.
And you know what? And that's the importance of these events, right? That we're trying to get some value out of it. And I think that planning, organizing yourself for the next 3 to 5 years and know where do you want to go and how you can get there is very important for any type of business, right? Not just real estate, but if you're in that mindset where you want to grow your business and you want to see how you can do it for the next 3 to 5 years, I think it's a great idea to have a panel like that, of course. And again, this is coming from people that want to hear this, right? That want this part of the information, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So we ask questions of the members all the time, the Regional Corporate Board of Governors, the membership. What is it they want to hear? And that's how we come up with these topics. One of the things that we hear about a lot is, there's a lot of real estate agents in the industry. Some are highly successful, some are moderately, and some don't do anything at all.
Yeah.
And we always get asked, why do the top producers always succeed no matter what? And then another question they ask is, do they ever regret any decisions they make? Have they ever failed? What's going on inside their head? So what we've done is we've created a panel in this particular event, and we've got a couple of top producers, people making over $500,000, $1 million a year, and we're gonna grill them a little bit. We're going to get into their psyche, their mindset, and we're going to find out what sets them apart, what makes them successful. So if you want the blueprint to get to 50 transactions, 100 transactions, this is a place to find it. This particular panel that we're going to be hosting is a place to find it at.
Yeah, and then more than anything, I mean, it's always about the relationships we build, right? So think about building a relationship with some of these top producers, right? Where you can actually have a conversation with and, guide you mentorship or give you some tips that you can actually improve your business. And that's a lot of times that's what we do in our events, like, national events, conferences. We look for those top producers. We're intentional. We hear that word a lot. We're being intentional, and I want to gain something out of this. Obviously, for me, the AI portion is a big part of it. I know this panelist that you're mentioning, that most of them are my friends, so we can always ask them any questions. But the AI portion, I think, for me, is the most important one right now, just because of where we're going in the future. And I think that's going to be we'll have to deal with that with productivity and being more efficient while working. So I think to me, that's the kicker right there.
Alfredo, you and I have been friends for a long time. And I got to say that you said something really important there about connections. And I think that my career has been better based off of the connection that I made with you many, many years ago. And it's interesting because we continue to evolve. We continue to grow. We continue to explore new avenues. And, we're trying to push ourselves to our limits. And I appreciate that connection from you. I appreciate that challenge from you. And that's what you find at these events.
Exactly.
If you're searching for it. Now, you can attend an event and not get anything from it, but that's on you.
You can just go shake hands and that's it, right?
That's right. That's right. That's on you. The content is there. The question now is, what are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
What are you gonna do with
We
it?
always talk about the after. Same thing with doing video, doing content. A lot of people ask me, well, it's easier because you do content. It's not doing the content. It's what you do with the content, right? So what else we got in line for the original? Talk to me.
This is my favorite one here,
go
all right? I'm hoping you
Bring
like
it. Bring it up.
I'm hoping you like it too. Gary Acosta, the CEO and visionary for NAHREP, is going to be there in Avance and, Hispanic
Proximo
Wealth
and all
Project,
that.
Proximo, everything, right? And so he's going to be delivering a message on the Latino brand.
I love it.
The Latino brand, right? You know, it's interesting. If you've heard his blogs as of late, he talks about the need to really rally around this Latino brand. And you stop and you look at the numbers.
Yeah.
$3.7 trillion in economic purchasing power. We are one of the most lucrative brands in the world.
We could be our own country.
But we're not acting like it.
Yeah.
We're not taking control of our narrative, our story. He's going to give some insights and some strategies for how we can unite and take control of that story. Alfredo, you know this.
I was inspired, though.
Over the next 10 years, what they say 70% of first-time homebuyers are going to be Latino, right?
Correct.
Under the age of 35, the largest demographic of mortgage-qualified purchasers are Latinos. So it makes sense that we unite and rally behind that Latino brand.
Yes.
Learn the strategies for getting into that market, and go out and just have a good time with it and make a lot of money.
I had the opportunity to listen to the blog before I had the opportunity to listen to him at Regional in Denver. I liked the blog, but it didn't inspire me as much as when he was talking about it.
Oh, that in-person talk in Denver, right?
So, so to me, and I even came back and I talked about the Latino brand. I talked about it. And believe it or not, I think it's something that we really need. I think it's something that we need to get inspired to support more our Latino brand. And I'm not going to talk much about it. I'm going to let Gary do the talking at the event. But, I mean, just hearing him talk about it and how powerful this can be and how powerful this organization can be to protect the Latino brand is just amazing.
I absolutely agree with you. And, and it's interesting. When he mentions things like every other demographic rallies behind, their people. The Latino people, we don't tend to do that, right?
Yeah, no.
We're divisive, and we have, we kind of separate. We've got to unite. One of the things that interests me most about his little speech, and I'm sure that you heard about it too, is that how, over the last few years, he's raised over $100 million in venture capital, startup money for Latino businesses. Yeah. And it's not even a drop in the bucket of what's out there. Yeah. But investors aren't giving to the Latino brand because the narrative, the narrative that's out there, that we're criminals, that we're, terrible people, and we've got to change that. We've got to. I think this show
and that's changing the rhetoric of the Latino brand. You did hear about that where they didn't want to invest in a community that's so divisive and it's got so many issues, immigration and this and that. And I think that is wrong. I actually had the opportunity to, I don't know if you know, but on PBS there's a 3 episode series from John Legumoso. What is his name? His last name, right? You seen it?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. But
you haven't seen it? Well, he talks about I wasn't taught this. When I was younger, if I would have been taught about what the Latino contributed to this country, I would have felt different about myself. But they don't teach you that. Right. They don't tell you all that. Now I look at it, I'm like, dude, I'm this powerful. I deserve better, right? And I think it's very important for us to understand all that. And then support each other. And I talked about it, support each other, support the Latino brand, because at the end, we're that power that's sleeping here. And you do a
really good job at that, Alfredo.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, seriously, with what you're doing here in the show, with your involvement in the community, you are, I think, an example of what
thank you.
A lot of us need to be, right? You're very selfless, you're giving, you care about people, and you support and build up everybody, right? Yeah. And that's extremely important. Folks, I'm going to do a little plea here to the camera if you don't mind.
Go ahead. You love the camera as well.
I just want to take a moment and thank you guys for all your participation in the NAHREP organization. We have a very important event coming up January 30th at the Wynn Hotel. This is probably the most important event of the year because it's going to set the tone for future success in 2025. We've got some great speakers, great panels. We're going to have a great time while we're there. We've got Gary Acosta, who's going to be talking about the power of the Latino brand. You're not going to want to miss this. Please get signed up today and follow the link. We'll put a link on this little on the video and register today. I can't wait to see you guys there. And please look me up. I'm pretty friendly.
The Alex Garza.
Yeah, the Alex. I'm pretty friendly. And if I can introduce you to people and help your business grow, that's what I'm there for.
Well, there you go. You couldn't hear it better. So Alex Garza, and we'll see you guys on the next one. We'll see you January 30th at the Wynn here in Las Vegas. Regional event, NAHREP. So we'll see you guys there.